Hi, I'm Simone Rosenbauer. I'm born and I also grew up in Germany. I moved to Australia like 13 years ago. So I'm German-Australian and my practice is based in photography. And I started, working with photography since over 20 years ago. I always felt like being an artist since I'm a child. And so, as I mentioned before, I grew up on the countryside, so there were not many, exhibitions happening, especially not in photography. But then when I moved to a bigger city, when I sort of was 18, I came across like a beautiful exhibition by Man Ray, which was a retrospective. And this was the first time I realized photography is a beautiful medium. I was lucky enough around 2000 to get a place at university in Dortmund to study photography. Then later on, after the studies in Germany, I moved to Australia where I've done my MFA at COFA or UNSW in Sydney. And so during the time at UNSW, I developed a large-scale body with the title Small Museum, where I traveled around Australia for a year to actually record and document small museums. That body of work incorporates like, portraits, objects, spaces, also the buildings. I also took interviews with the people, at the small museums, and the whole body of work is like a small museum by itself. So my current work with the title Like Ice in the Sunshine, it's a body of work I started in 2014, and the idea came to me during a very hot summer day in Bondi Beach in Sydney. Where I had like a very intense and exhausting time, and it was the first time I felt I can have a rest and go to the beach. And it was a very busy day at the beach, and I was covered in sunscreen, and I was just contemplating about life, reflecting about life, where I am, where is life going to be, like in 5 years or 10 years. And I had this vision, of melting popsicles, because I was looking around other people at the beach, wondering about their life, what they've been through, what they experienced in life, and so I had this vision about the melting popsicles, which like for me work as a metaphor, sort of representing the past, the present and the future. And the actual picture we're looking at is the present moment, but at the same time that moment is already gone. And so the series of popsicles sort of represent like portraits of different people, and sort of representing like how life is shaping us. For this series I worked with natural light, and I had to work at a very specific time of the day to get a certain feel of the images and a certain feel of the light. And for me it was about to record the whole process of the popsicle melting in the sun. And in the editing process it was a very intuitive decision, like what kind of specific moment I was picking. So the first series I did in Bondi Beach, so because this is where I started with the idea. But then I undertook a artist residency in Venice Beach in LA, where I did a second series, working with American popsicles, also like especially Mexican popsicles from South America. So I'm really looking forward to the next year, because currently I'm working on a new body of work, all based in the color darkroom, and no camera will be involved. It's all cameraless photography, dealing or investigating color, light and time. And so I'm excited to at the moment to develop a show to be shown next year at M Contemporary.